Hey everyone, this is Michael again, and welcome to the AEW Dynamite review. This is going to be a review of last night's edition of Dynamite. Dynamite last night was from the Blue Cross Arena in Rochester, New York. And I just got done watching Dynamite, DVR'd it. And I enjoyed Dynamite this week. It was a very good show. Of course, it was in Rochester, New York, and we had tribute to Brody Lee, of course. And we saw Adam Cole versus Jungle Boy. We had Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson versus Dante Martin and Matt Seidel. We had a trios match. John Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin. They end up facing Bear Country and Anthony Greene. We had a big 16-man tag team match where it was Orange Cassidy and the Dark Order, and they took on the Hardy Family Office. And in the main event, we saw the TNT Championship on the line. Miro defended the title against Sami Guevara. Overall, this was a good Dynamite last night. Really enjoyed the show. But anyways, let's jump right into the review. So Dynamite opened up last night with CM Punk. Punk ended up making his way out. He did a lap around the ring. He was greeting fans. And he made his way up to the commentary table, which he did commentary for the night alongside Tony Schiavone, JR, Jim Ross, and Excalibur. Punk did a good job on commentary last night. He did commentary one time when he was in WWE. And when it's time for Punk to hang up his boots and when it's time for him to retire, after he retires, I would love to see him in a commentary role where he just does commentary throughout the show. So that's what I like to see CM Punk do, after, he retires in the future. Love to see Punk in a commentary role later on, because it fits him. He does well on commentary. So then we went to the first match of the night. It was Adam Cole, baby, versus Jungle Boy. And this was a good match, very enjoyable match here. The match started off with Adam Cole sending Jungle Boy into the corner. Adam Cole applied a headlock on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy ended up delivering a shoulder block to put Adam Cole down. So Adam Cole then got back up, started swinging away on Jungle Boy into the corner. Adam Cole then sent Jungle Boy into another corner. And Jungle Boy ended up doing the same thing. Jungle Boy delivered a chop and a springboard arm drag and a drop kick. The crowd was behind Jungle Boy here. So Adam Cole then ended up dropping Jungle Boy, stomping away on him. And he ran into a boot from Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy then went up to the second rope, but he got shoved down out to the floor by Adam Cole. So they went back into the ring. Adam Cole was working over Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy was trying to fight back. He ended up taking a back elbow from Adam Cole. So we had Tony Schiavone on commentary. Tony Schiavone was like, I'm not a big fan of Adam Cole. So he was throwing shade at Adam Cole throughout the match. Tony Schiavone, also on commentary, he ended up calling Adam Cole an ass at a certain point in the match. So that's what Tony Schiavone thinks of Adam Cole. So then Jungle Boy then delivered a basement dropkick and a lariat, which put Adam Cole down. So Jungle Boy then delivered a suplex, and both him and Adam Cole were both down at this point. So Jungle Boy then delivered a German suplex, and he went for the cover, which Adam Cole kicked out at 2. Adam Cole got sent into the corner by Jungle Boy. He was put in the Tree of Woe, and Jungle Boy delivered a run drop kick. He went for the cover. Cole kicked out at 2. Cole came back up, delivered a backstabber and a neck breaker. So he went for the cover. Jungle Boy kicked out at 2. So there was a point in the match where Adam Cole was up on the apron. Jungle Boy delivered a awesome looking hurricanrana, which sent Adam Cole out to the floor. So at the end of the match, we had Jungle Boy end up running back to the ring. He ended up shoving Adam Cole into the rope, and Adam Cole delivered a low blow because the referee was in Jungle Boy's way. So Adam Cole delivered the low blow to Jungle Boy, and the referee didn't see it. So we had Adam Cole pin Jungle Boy. There you go. Adam Cole ended up winning the match. Post-match, we had the Elite ended up coming out. The Elite ended up heading out to the ring. Don Callis wasn't there. So we had the Good Brothers coming out there, Gallows and Anderson, the Bucks, and Michael Nakazawa, and Brandon Cutler. So, and then Kenny Omega was there, which this was after Dynamite came back from the commercial. So Carl Anderson introduced the Elite. He explained how being Elite features a group like these in the ring. So Adam Cole then got on the mic. Adam Cole went on to say that he told the world that he was going to beat Jungle Boy. And that's what he did. So Cole then ended up mentioning that he is undefeated. And then Brandon Cutler tried to talk. They ended up telling Brandon Cutler to shut up. Good. We didn't want to hear Brandon Cutler on commentary. The most useless guy in the Elite, who does nothing but spray cold spray on the Bucks and Kenny Omega. So Nick Jackson snatched the mic away from Brandon Cutler. Good job, Nick. Good job. So Nick Jackson was wondering if they are ready for the best promo in the world. So they were like, Nakazawa. So they ended up giving the mic to Nakazawa. We had the crowd chant CM Punk. And then Michael Nakazawa was like, "Father!" And then Kenny Omega ended up taking over on the mic. So Kenny Omega was like, all he sees everywhere is people telling him his match against Bryan Danielson was the greatest match. And it was. In my opinion, it was a classic match. Really enjoyed that match, even though it went to a draw. But we're going to get another match out of them. We're going to see Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega go at it once again. So Omega ended up saying Bryan put up a good fight. But here's the problem. So as soon as he was going to explain that, the crowd was doing the yes chant. Omega was like, the problem was Bryan didn't get the job done. And his record is 0-0. So he ended up saying no rematch. And he won't ever see him in the ring again. And then Bryan Danielson's music ended up hitting. So Bryan ended up coming out. He got on the mic. He ended up asking the crowd if they want to see a rematch between him and Omega. So the crowd ended up cheering for that. We all want to see another match between the both of them. I mean, the match ended in a draw with them. So because of that, we already knew that we were going to be getting a rematch with them. So Bryan ended up saying that the fans want it and that he wants it. But he ended up saying that Kenny Omega doesn't have the balls to give it to him, to give him a rematch. And so we had the crowd end up chanting, "No balls," which was funny. So then Bryan was like, oh, I present to you, everyone, Kenny No Balls Omega. So the crowd was chanting, Kenny No Balls, which was hilarious. And then I think Tony Schiavone on commentary was like, oh, that's going to be a shirt. Imagine they make a shirt saying Kenny No Balls Omega on it. That would be a good seller there. So we had Bryan end up saying, fine, he'll challenge anyone in the Elite to a match on Rampage. So Omega was like, why wait? Why wait until Rampage? Let's do it now. So then Bryan was like, okay, let me call out these guys. So then out came Frankie Kazarian, the Jurassic Express, and Christian Cage. So they end up charging to the ring, and the Elite all ended up getting out of the ring, wanted nothing to do with them, with Bryan and Kazarian, Jurassic Express, and Christian Cage. So they end up all getting out of the ring, the Elite. So, but that was that. Overall, enjoyable segment from Bryan and the Elite. And then we saw Tony Schiavone. Tony Schiavone was backstage. He was going to interview the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Phoenix. Alex Abrahantes was beside them. And Andrade El Idolo ended up showing up, along with his assistant. So Andrade was like to Penta and Phoenix, oh, where's Pac? So Andrade's assistant ended up saying that it's about time that the Lucha Brothers defend the tag titles. And apparently Andrade might have some people who may come for Penta and Phoenix for the titles. So Phoenix was like to Andrade, any place, anytime. And then Penta ended up giving Andrade and his assistant, the Cielo, Miedo. And that was that. And then we had Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson versus Matt Sydal and Dante Martin. This was a decent match. Cody ended up getting booed from the crowd. So we had Cody end up tagging in Lee Johnson. Matt Sydal ended up coming in. Lee Johnson ended up taking a shot from Matt Sydal. Dante Martin ended up delivering a leapfrog. He ended up charging in the corner while Lee Johnson ended up moving. So Dante Martin ended up running and he ended up flipping over Lee Johnson's head. So Rhodes and Matt Sydal ended up going out to the floor. Dante Martin ended up delivering a flip out on Lee Johnson and Cody Rhodes, which was cool. So Cody Rhodes and Dante Martin ended up going back and forth in the ring. We had a spinning power slam done on Dante Martin from Cody Rhodes. Cody then delivered a disaster kick on Matt Sydal. Rhodes then ended up hitting the vertebreaker on Sydal. Went for the cover, which Sydal ended up kicking out too. So at the end of the match, we had Lee Johnson end up hitting a thrust kick on Dante Martin and a neck breaker. So we had Johnson end up getting the pin. So there you go. Cody Rhodes and Lee Johnson ended up winning the match. Post-match, Cody Rhodes ended up getting in the ring. He ended up shaking Lee Johnson's hand. Tony Schiavone was in the ring. He was talking with them. We had the boos all go out for Cody Rhodes. Cody ended up calling for Malachi Black to come out. So Arn Anderson ended up telling Cody to stop talking. Arn ended up saying that Cody got destroyed in their first match between him and Malachi Black. Cody and Malachi Black. He ended up saying the second match, Cody had Black. And then he went out and checked on him, on Arn Anderson. So Arn was like, oh, it's not about me. Hell with me. Arn ended up saying that Black will do anything to win a match and destroy the man he's with. He was like, ask Lee Johnson, ask his son Brock. Arn ended up saying that there's a big difference between himself and Cody. He wanted to say that if a man tries to steal his car, Cody will let him take it. Arn ended up saying that he'll put out his Glock and blast him. He ended up saying he's not going to stay with a loser who doesn't even listen to him. So Arn ended up telling Lee Johnson to come on. So Arn and Lee Johnson ended up leaving the ring. Cody looked very confused. Also Brandy on the outside. So that was that. It looked like Arn Anderson now is moving away from Cody Rhodes. So I guess now Arn is going to be managing Lee Johnson, maybe. That's how I see it going. But overall, decent tag match between Rhodes and Lee Johnson and Seidel and Martin. And then we went to the Trios match, which was Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin versus Bear Country and Anthony Greene. And this was a pretty good match here. We had Anthony Greene looking to go for a handshake from Darby Allin. Took him into a tricky pin. And Darby Allin ended up kicking out at 2. Darby Allin delivered a deep arm drag to Anthony Greene. Eddie Kingston ended up coming in. Started delivering chops to Greene's chest. Boulder ended up coming in. Him and Moxley ended up running into each other. Moxley delivered a slap to the face on Boulder. Moxley ended up trying to go for the crossbody. He got caught by Boulder. Boulder ended up dropping Moxley. So we had Boulder end up taken back in because Bronson delivered a quick move on Moxley. Boulder ended up coming back in. They ended up looking to go for assisted splash. But Eddie Kingston ended up running in. Ended up kicking out the leg. Kingston then delivered a German suplex on Bronson. Moxley was looking to go for a suplex on Boulder, but he had no luck. But then Moxley ended up trying it again, and he actually getting Boulder with the suplex. Darby Allin then ended up going to the top, delivered the coffin drop to the floor onto Bear Country, onto Boulder and Bronson. Anthony Greene was just throwing strikes on Moxley and Kingston. Greene tried to go for a twist and splash off of the top, but he ended up just flopping down. So Moxley and Kingston delivered a lariat German suplex combo on Anthony Greene. Went for the cover. There you go. Moxley, Eddie Kingston, and Darby Allin ended up winning the match. Overall, good match here. And post-match, Eddie Kingston ended up getting a Brody Lee sign. Sting got into the ring. He ended up delivering the Scorpion Death Drop onto Anthony Greene. And then Kingston was just holding up the Brody Lee sign. And that was that. So overall, good match. And of course, you know, this night, Rochester was all about Brody Lee. So then we had a promo. Ruby Soho ended up saying that she never felt like she had so many people in her corner against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And Britt Baker ended up saying they just like the song, not Ruby Soho. They like Ruby Soho's song, which I like Ruby Soho's song. Very catchy in my opinion. So Britt Baker was proven again that she's the most dominant. So Ruby Soho ended up saying that she'll work her way back up and come back for the AEW Women's World Championship. So that was that. Now we saw Matt Hardy and the Hardy family office. They were in the ring. Matt Hardy ended up saying that a year and a half ago, he was supposed to debut in Rochester. And that was deleted, though. He ended up saying Rochester didn't deserve a legend like him. Matt Hardy ended up calling Rochester an awful town with awful people. So then Orange Cassidy ended up coming out. So Orange Cassidy came out, and of course the Dark Order all came out, which set off the 16-man tag team match. So it was Orange Cassidy and the Dark Order versus the Hardy Family Office. And we saw Brody Lee Jr. make an appearance, -1, which that was cool. Of course, this match was in tribute for Brody Lee. Brody Lee signs were all over the place, all over the arena. We had Brody chants going from the crowd. So we had the match ended up starting. We had 5 of the Dark Order. 5 ended up getting his mask taken off by Evil Uno. So Private Party, Cassidy, Mark Gwen ended up being up on 5, ended up slamming him down. Went for the cover, which 5 kicked out at 2. Orange Cassidy came in, has hands in his pockets, ended up delivering the double drop kicks to Private Party. He then went for the light kicks, which Jack Evans ended up attacking him from behind. And we got a brawl ensue. Of course, Orange Cassidy's going to be taking on Jack Evans tomorrow night on Rampage in a hair versus hair match. So that should be interesting. So we had Jack Evans and Angelico, the Hybrid 2. They were battling on Stu Grayson. Stu Grayson was able to kick the Hybrid 2 away. In came Alex Reynolds. Alex Reynolds delivered a drop kick to Angelico. Evil Uno was in there. He ended up putting down Jack Evans. Both Reynolds and Evil Uno, they were going for a back body drop on Angelico, which they didn't get it because Angelico ended up throwing Reynolds into Evil Uno, and they went out to the floor. Reynolds delivered a pop-up knee to Jack Evans' face. Orange Cassidy then came in. He went to the top, delivered the lazy splash, where he was just like, and then he splashed onto his opponent. Evil Uno decided to head to the back because he was pissed off. Stu Grayson ended up telling him no. And then Colt Cabana was trying to talk to Evil Uno. And then -1. And Brody Lee's wife, Amanda, ended up coming out. -1 ended up throwing the papers at Evil Uno. And Brody Lee's wife, Amanda, came out along with Tyconti and Anna Jay. And she was screaming at them, telling them, oh, this is for Brody. So both Stu Grayson and Evil Uno end up rushing back to the ring because, they shouldn't be fighting. This match is for Brody Lee. This is in Rochester. So we had both Stu Grayson and Evil Uno got back to the ring, and they helped clear out the Hardy Family Office. So we had 10 deliver a spine buster. Orange Cassidy delivered a orange punch. So the Dark Order and Orange Cassidy end up winning the match. Post-match, we had the group end up giving a big hug. -1 was put on 10's shoulders, and the group ended up doing the Dark Order sign. And that was basically that. But overall, the match, it was a clusterfuck in my opinion because of the brawling ensuing and everything, going on, being hard to keep up in the match, what was going on. But in my opinion, it was a clusterfuck of a match. But it was only done in honor because of Brody Lee. So that was the good thing about it. It was done as a tribute for Brody Lee. And I'm very happy that they put the Dark Order differences to the side. With Evil Uno trying to go to the back, wanting nothing to do with the match. And you have Brody Lee Jr., -1, and Brody's wife Amanda coming out along with Tyconti and Anna Jay. I thought that was very well, done right there. Because, put the differences to a side. This match is a tribute for Brody Lee. This is for Brody. I like that they did that. I like that Evil Uno and Stu Grayson got back in the ring and finished off the match. that was that. And then we saw Lio Rush. Lio Rush ended up saying that Tony Khan has brought him in. He ended up talking about being a businessman and how he's investing and helping pay off the debts for himself and those around him. So, it looks like Lio Rush is a part of AEW now. So that's awesome. I know he competed in the Casino Battle Royale at Double or Nothing back in May. So where he was the Joker, he was eliminated by Matt Hardy with help from Private Party. So good to see Lio Rush. I know after that match he signed a contract with New Japan, while AEW also offered him a contract. But it was officially announced that he officially signed with AEW as of last night. So, good to see Lio Rush in AEW. I'm a fan of Lio Rush. He's good in the ring. I met the guy before, very nice guy. So, really happy that he's part of the AEW roster now. So, let's see what AEW brings for Lio Rush. And then we saw FTR. FTR was there alongside Tully Blanchard. Ended up saying that after having to stay down a little bit due to Cash Wheeler's arm injury, they are revitalized and that they are ready to come back. Ended up saying that bad news for everybody in the tag team division. So FTR is back. They're ready to come back after Wheeler's arm injury. And then we saw Dan Lambert. Dan Lambert was in the ring with the Men of the Year. Of course, Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky. Lambert starts making fun of Jericho getting blasted in the face with a knee, courtesy of Jorge Masvidal. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Lambert then talked a bunch of Jericho being out after the attack by Jorge Masvidal. So he had the crowd end up chanting, "Shut the fuck up," to Dan Lambert. Scorpio Sky then got on the mic, and he ended up saying that a year ago, he asked if fans were paying attention. He wanted to say that he's one of the first champions and had one of the best winning percentages since day one. He even said he won the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and that wasn't good enough. Scorpio Sky ended up saying that nobody was paying attention, except for one man. That one man was Dan Lambert. So, of course, we had the crowd doing the what chant. Yeah, the what chants have invaded AEW now. So Ethan Page ended up getting on the mic. Page ended up calling the crowd idiots and that they don't pay attention to guys like them. Why? Because they don't give people the middle finger or wear leather. He ended up saying that they aren't going to be ignored any longer. They will talk, they will walk, and they will act like champions. He ended up saying now they are rolling with champions, an American top team. So that was what Dan Lambert and Paige and Scorpio Sky had to say. The segment was just meh, in my opinion. It was a snoozer segment, in my opinion. So then we had Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida ended up saying that she is looking for a 50th win in AEW. Hikaru Shida wants to say that a lot has happened in her career, including being longest reigning AEW Women's World Champion. Serena Deeb ended up saying that she will get her 50th win, but not against her. So it's going to be Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb next week on Dynamite, which is going to be taking place from Philadelphia. So we're going to get that match next week. And then we had the Bunny and Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay and Tyconti. The match was just meh, in my opinion. Tyconti and Anna Jay were working over the Bunny. Penelope Ford ended up coming in. Tyconti delivered a bunch of judo throws on Penelope Ford. So Tyconti was then sent out to the floor. Anna Jay ended up taking a backbreaker by the Bunny. So we had Penelope Ford end up delivering a knee drop down on Anna Jay. So Tyconti and Penelope Ford end up tagging in. Tyconti end up delivering some clotheslines to Penelope Ford and a kick to her face. So we had Anna Jay end up coming in. Her and Tyconti end up delivering a double suplex to Penelope Ford. They went for the cover, which the bunny ended up breaking up the pin. At the end of the match, we had Anna Jay end up delivering a kick into the Queen Slayer on Penelope Ford. Penelope Ford was passed out. And there you go. Anna Jay and Tyconti ended up winning the match. Post-match, -1, Brody Lee Jr. headed to the ring. And he ended up giving Tyconti a big hug as -1. Tyconti and Anna Jay celebrated in the ring. So that was that. Overall, just a very meh match. So then Jay Cargill ended up announcing that on Rampage tomorrow night, it's going to be her versus Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose. So that's going to be on Rampage tomorrow night. And now we had MJF. MJF ended up heading out to the ring, of course, along with Wardlow. MJF was like, "Cut my music." So the crowd ended up booing him, of course. MJF ended up saying that they are from upstate New York. Let's pipe down a bit. He ended up saying that he wants to be given what he deserves. But he will get to that in a minute. MJF went on to say that the company is building more and more momentum. And there's some young guys that will take this company forward. He ended up saying, Jungle Boy, beat him. Sammy Guevara, beat him. He's like, Darby Allin, whatever. And also himself. MJF wanted to say that without him, this company ain't shit. So MJF ended up saying that he deserves to be the AEW World Champion. And I said it one time. MJF deserves to be the AEW World Champion. Look at his in-ring work. Him on the mic. When you look at MJF, you see him being World Champion. Why they haven't put the World Championship on him as of right now? He's ready for it. MJF is ready to be the AEW World Champion. Give him a shot. So MJF ended up saying to Tony Khan that he needs to give him what he wants. So then MJF was like, oh, if he doesn't give me what he wants, I have another friend that I have on speed dial. And that guy is Bruce Pritchard. Apparently MJF is friends with Bruce Pritchard. He ended up saying that he had Bruce Pritchard on speed dial. So of course taking a shot as if he doesn't get what he wants, he might go to WWE because of course Bruce Pritchard works with Vince McMahon on creative in WWE, and we all know how awful Bruce Pritchard is with Vince McMahon there, booking these shit creative things for both Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Every week on Monday Night Raw, there's a fucking rematch. You mean to tell me that if MJF doesn't get what he wants to go to WWE, he'll call up Bruce Pritchard and MJF could go to WWE? God forbid, if MJF went to WWE, Vince McMahon would change MJF's gimmick there. He would completely destroy MJF. MJF needs to stay with AEW. He's good here. He could do whatever he wants. He could cut the promos and say whatever he wants. If he went to WWE, Vince would be scripting his promos. So MJF ended up saying that he's not a huge fan of Darby Allin interrupting him because Darby Allin ended up coming out. So MJF was like, oh, I know why you came out. He ended up saying that Darby Allin is jealous of him. He wants to say that there's nothing wrong with being the second best guy. MJF wants to say that Darby Allin knows a great number 2 guy. And that guy is Sting. He kept saying that he's number 1 around here. So Darby Allin then got on the mic. He kept saying to MJF that if he wants to leave, if he doesn't get what he wants, then go. Darby Allin was like to MJF, go. Nobody here would care. So Darby Allin ended up saying that he's AEW for life until death. Darby Allin ended up saying, how can MJF be the number 1 pillar if Darby Allin is the one who won a title? The TNT Championship. So MJF ended up saying that he really enjoys Darby Allin's Batman voice. He kept asking everybody why Darby Allin is straight edge. MJF then brought up Darby Allin going in a car with his uncle when he was younger. And his uncle died that night because his uncle was a drunk. So MJF ended up saying that it seems to him the wrong man died that night. So that got Darby Allin a little bit furious. So MJF was like, oh, do you want to hit me, Darby? Hit me. So then Darby Allin ended up passing MJF. He ended up telling MJF to keep talking. He won't be broken. So MJF was like, that's fine. Let's get out of here. So MJF and Wardlow end up getting out of the ring. And that was how the segment ended. But looks like we're going to be getting MJF and Darby Allin. They're setting that up. Good promo from MJF. The guy is great at delivering promos and segments. This guy already should be the AEW World Champion. Hopefully that comes soon. Like I said, when you look at MJF, you see World Championship guy there. And then they went over what we're going to see tomorrow night on Rampage. So it was made official that we're going to see Nick Jackson versus Bryan Danielson tomorrow night. Of course, Jack Evans versus Orange Cassidy, hair versus hair, which I know Jack Evans is going to lose the match. Orange Cassidy's going to be keeping his hair. And Jade Cargill versus Thunder Rosa versus Nyla Rose. I like Jade Cargill, I like Thunder Rosa. If I would have to choose who would win that match, it would be Jade Cargill. Thunder Rosa, she has a shot at winning the match, but I have to go with Jade Cargill. And then they announced what we're going to see next week on Dynamite. It's going to be The Elite, Kenny Omega, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks versus Bryan Danielson, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, the Jurassic Express, and Christian Cage. So we're going to be getting that next week. We're also going to be seeing Hikaru Shida versus Serena Deeb. And the Casino Ladder match is going to be returning, where the winner will receive a future AEW World Championship match. And I hope MJF is put in that ladder match. And then we had the main event. Miro versus Sami Gevar for the TNT Championship. Very good match here. Very good main event. Both Miro and Guevara worked really well here in the match. Guevara started off the match. He went for a strike on Miro. Miro ended up moving out of the way. Guevara ended up trying to go for another strike, and Miro ended up putting Guevara down. Miro then continued to beat up on Guevara. He was stomping away on Guevara's ankle. Miro kept Guevara down, started choking him with the necklace. He ripped off the necklace and tossed it. Guevara then ended up throwing himself at Miro. Both him and Miro end up out on the floor. Miro was thrown into the ring post by Guevara. So we had Miro end up crashing into the ring steps. Miro ended up recovering. He was able to stay on Guevara. Both of them got back to the ring. Miro ended up keeping Guevara down. Guevara came back, delivered a jawbreaker to get out of a reverse chinlock by Miro. Miro then ended up lifting Guevara, launched him. Miro delivered a lariat, and he delivered another one. And Miro ended up charging in at Guevara, ended up taking a smash fly. That was hit by Guevara. Guevara delivered a thrust kick to Miro's head and a run knee strike. And he went to go for the pump kick, but Miro ended up moving. Miro was out on the floor. Guevara ended up hitting a awesome flip over the ring post out to the floor on Miro. He dragged Miro back to the ring. He went up top, and he looked to go for a crossbody. Miro ended up catching him. Miro ended up whipping Guevara down to the mat. Went for the cover, and Guevara kicked out at 2. And Miro was getting pissed off here. Miro was looking to go for a kick to Guevara, but nope. Guevara ended up delivering a knee strike. He delivered 2 knee strikes to Miro. Guevara was on the apron, delivered enziguri to Miro. He went up to the top rope. Miro ended up clocking Guevara in the head, and he ended up going up to the second rope. Guevara delivered a headbutt to shove Miro off, and Guevara ended up hitting a super cutter to Miro. So we had Miro. He decided to rip all the turnbuckle pads off. Fuego ended up getting in the face of Miro. He ended up getting punched off the apron. Guevara ended up coming back, delivering a knee strike to Miro, which sent Miro face first into the exposed turnbuckle. Guevara then delivered the tornado DT on Miro. He went to go for the GTH. He ended up hitting it on Miro. Guevara then went up to the top. He flipped off Miro and delivered the 630 senton down on Miro. Went for the cover. And there you go. Sami Guevara wins the match. And Guevara is your new TNT champion. What an awesome way to end Dynamite. You had the confetti coming down. And rightfully win deserved by Guevara. He deserved the TNT Championship. But overall, good main event. Really enjoyed it. Sami Guevara win the TNT Championship. Awesome. And that was how Dynamite went off the air. Good Dynamite last night. But anyways, that's it for my review of last night's Dynamite. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Definitely give the video a thumbs up. Comment, subscribe. And I'll see you all back tomorrow with the SmackDown and AEW Rampage review. So until then, see you all tomorrow night.